Just
It's okay.
second.
Take it.
It's not. Hello. ఏం కొరియరా
Wow. Influencer. Hampa.
మీరు ఎక్కడున్నారు? Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Stay Sane with Jane Season 2. I have a very dear friend, Bendi, today.
Bendi. So many people say
know he'll do
Bendi
that.
all the time. It's not Bendi, but I think I've gotten used to it at this point. But yeah, Bendi.
We have Bendi today. And dude, I just wanted to have a conversation of how are you staying sane, doing so much. He is a musician. He produces music. He's a content creator. He has creators Flex.
Oh yeah.
He has Creators
Represent.
Exchange, where he's building a community of creators where they can help each other. He runs an NGO, the Beautiful World Movement. And you're doing so much, dude.
I'm producing this podcast
He's
today.
also producing
Yeah.
Stay Sane with Jane. I don't know.
Which is so fun, by the
I
way.
need to get into your head today.
First of all, let me just say you've been killing it. This podcast for me is a obviously unique experience. I basically just want to be creatively involved in as many things as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, I just always, take up anything. I don't want to say no to people. And when it's people like you who are like local friends, small creators who are trying to make it, trying to figure out new things, new concepts also, by the way, and just doing right by your people, right? That's what you want to do at the same. That just like really pulls me. And like I love working with local creators, all of us together. I think we are getting to a point where we are finding ourselves more and more every day creatively.
Yeah.
Like you spoke to yoga, you spoke to so many of the creators that, I mean, not on the podcast, but generally you keep speaking to so many of the creators that I know. And I love that, we're in a space where we're able to like work together on this capacity. So yeah, I think for me, creativity and how hungry I am to create is the main thing. And I think that's the same thing for you as well, no? Like,
yeah, talking to other creators and everything, we also realize how much power we hold, as just individuals who have a platform like social media to just express and like make lives better in some sense, right?
yeah, I think social media is big privilege that our generation has. Internet, not social media, internet is a big privilege. Some of us are using it well, some of us not so much. And some of us are using it well also lose our paths very frequently. Like we've seen some of our creator friends just give up because it's not the easiest thing to do. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And I feel like at the end of the day, what matters is the amount of people that we are impacting through whatever we're doing for however long we're doing. Like even if you're a content creator for 1 year and you realize that's not for you, in that 1 year, if you impacted some lives and if people have, or if you've made friends because of that are going to stick with you even after you quit and all of that stuff, it's still fine. And I think the internet is so powerful when it comes to this. We are friends because of the internet. Can you believe it? Like these things don't happen. Like 10 years ago, something like this would be like a joke or something just fantasy. But now we make friends because of internet. A very meaningful things start because of the internet. And I think that's just the greatest thing. And I feel like for us as content creators, we not only have the internet as a privilege, but we also have a responsibility.
Right.
Where so many people are looking at us and saying, oh, I want to be like that, or I'm learning from that person's mistake, or depending on how much we share, we also share a lot of information that people are benefiting or sort of realizing something from, right? And that is a responsibility for us.
You also actually spoke about how some creators just gave up, right? And it's hard to sort of not lose your way on social media because of the visibility, the attention that you get. It's very easy to just be like, oh, I'm the shit now. How do you find that balance? Like what keeps you grounded?
If anybody is following me regularly on social media, they know that I am pretty inconsistent. Like, but a lot of people also argue with that because I somehow find a way to convince people that I'm doing everything that I want to do. But at the same time, there will be 2 to 3 months in between that I just don't post anything because I'm sad in life. That also happens. But I feel like that's the most important takeaway from this is that your internet self is not yourself or not your permanent self, right? And this is not even about this conversation is not even about being fake or real or on Instagram or something like that. Just when you're on Instagram, when you're doing all the things you're doing, that's one version of you.
Yeah.
That can never be.
It's just a version. I feel a more conscious version of you because you're conscious about people listening to it.
That is a version of you that you can always repair, that you can always edit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can always delete. Like, and we all have moments from our lives I think we want to delete, and moments of our life that we only want to always show, right? And I think because the internet lets us do that, we do that even sometimes unintentionally. And it's just that whole thing, dude. For me, the balance or the whole thing about the internet and how I deal with it is that if I'm feeling it, and if I'm working a lot and I'm loving the work and I'm just like happy in life and I'm just I want to share a lot, I will share a lot. Suddenly I will feel like not sharing anything for whatever reason. It could be the internet only giving me reasons not to share, or it could be something else happening in my life and I won't share, dude. And over time I've come to peace with the fact that is okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, that's the beauty of social media. You get to control how much and what. But
also at the same time, it's amazing how much it controls you. Right?
That is a whole different conversation.
Exactly. But yeah, man, social media, internet, it can get difficult, but it's also the most fun thing because, like I said, it's a privilege for our generation. Some of us are only what we are because of it. And it is just a brilliant thing. Yeah, get the door and just ask them to.
Who is it?
That was Dev. He got water for us.
Oh,
all right.
I'm so
Thank
sweet,
you, Dev.
dude.
Shout out to Dev. He's been helping us yesterday and today. But yeah, also I wanted to ask you, dude, you're leaving the country. What is up with that?
Dude,
but like, she's leaving the country, but at the same time, she's like, Bendi, I want to do this podcast, dude. I want to do this before I go. And a lot of people are asking why, is what you told me, right?
Yeah.
Like, why you want to do this? You're anyway leaving. Why? What is this? Like,
a lot of people also. I have this, I've spoken to a lot of people. I mean, I am someone who likes talking to people and taking their opinions, okay? Yeah. So I told that I want to leave and everyone's like, why? You can do so much here. And
because you've been growing immensely lately.
Yeah.
And we've all seen you, like last year, this time was when I first heard Stay Sane with Jane in October. I was doing Vlogtober. Remember you sent me the link?
Yes.
And I was doing a shout out on my vlog and you were one of the creators I shouted out. Yeah. That's when I first listened to it. And that's when I told you, dude, if you're doing another season, let's work on it together. And look at where we are today. That's awesome. But yeah, and you just flew from there. Everything
just changed.
So much has changed for you. First of all, tell me how that felt and what your takeaways from that. And also, now, like your decision to leave this and go to something entirely new, or maybe like, are you taking a hiatus or are you leaving it? Like, what's your scene with it mentally?
So yeah, when the content scene happened, I've been getting a lot of opportunities in various things, not just in terms of creating content, but bigger opportunities of like maybe, like I recently told you about the YouTube thing that I got. Like they asked me to.
That was huge.
Like
opportunities. They're all over the place for you. But you're also like, no, I want to create my own opportunity somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I want to understand your mindset behind all that because I am confused.
Like I mentioned, like we were recently talking about this whole thing and I was really confused when I got it because I got an opportunity to be the face of the channel that already has 2 million subscribers on YouTube, and which was a big thing. It had a lot of money involved, a lot of visibility involved, and I guess it took a lot of introspection as to, and I, for that, for that 1-2 days, I was like, I'm going to do this. Because in that moment, that was big for me.
Yeah.
But I guess my mother and my family really give me the perspective that I always need, and the perspective that keeps me going. And I realized that staying here, I'm not a person who can stay in something for a long period of time. And I've been waiting to go out since a long time. It's not, I mean, as a kid, I always wanted to go out and study for some reason. And that was finally happening. And also I had to do a lot of work to get that happen in my home. I was like, do I want to stay or do I want to leave? I guess the phase that I'm in right now, I feel all the growth with content creation and everything that I can possibly have in Hyderabad, I have it. And there is always, you can always learn wherever you are, right? But I really want to go out and see what I'll do of it. I'm just very curious to see what's going to happen and how I will deal with it, because right now I'm in my comfort zone. I don't really have to do anything. I want to grow. I want to be independent. I want to see how will I handle life without anybody around. Yeah, I just want to figure it out. That's why.
I think a lot of creators would not have made that decision. And I think I'm really proud of you for that, because I don't know. I'm not saying that it's probably the best thing that you're ever doing. I don't know that. Yeah. You don't know that either.
Yeah.
Nobody will know.
It might not be also. Maybe like, that is what I've realized, that 5 years down the line, I will never say I shouldn't have come here, because I will never regret the decision of traveling. But
that's the thing.
I might tell that dude, I should have gone.
Correct. Correct. And also for me, it's just the one thing that you said out of all the things that you said that I resonate with. I'll tell you why I resonate with it. But for me, the one that stands out is that you want to get out of your comfort zone. And the fact that you know it, that the comfort zones, that comfort zones are not the greatest places to be.
Yeah.
For people who are trying to accomplish a lot, or who know that they have a greater purpose, for example.
Right.
And I say purpose a lot. Because why do we do all of this, right? A lot of us, we didn't start off like 4-5 years ago thinking that we were doing anything that we're doing today. But somehow we ended up here. And there's a lot of questions, obviously, like with decisions like this, are very difficult to take, because you don't know, because these decisions can affect the rest of your 10 years of your life at least.
Yeah.
And
everything, actually.
Everything, exactly. And you'll always be what you are, or the decision that you make at this stage of your life. I think that's true for both of us. And the fact that you are able to see so many versions of this perspective and say that, no, I need to go despite all this, because that's, for whatever reason, all these reasons, I need to be there. I think that's really strong. And I think there's a lot for your viewers to learn from that.
Also, with big opportunities, I feel God gives us these tests to sort of see what we're going to do with it, because we'll just think about the next 4-5 months or the 1-2 years.
Yeah, long term, right? Yeah.
So I feel, and I also know that, again, like we were talking about being overconfident and believing in yourself, right? I know that if I'm going out of the country, I have that in me to handle it.
Yeah.
Or not just handle it, but do something out of it, right? And we can make it global. And if you have the opportunity, why not?
Yeah.
Again, I really want to talk about believing in yourself and overconfidence.
So I'll tell you one story, right. Okay? Not a story. I don't even know if I want to say this, because I feel like I'll be jinxing it.
Just go for it, Bendi.
No, I know, because you know already. I've told you. But I really want to go to New York as a musician. I can go to New York anytime, but I want to go as a musician. I haven't figured it out yet a lot.
How and when?
The how is easy. The when is also easy. It's what I'll do once I get there, and what will come out of it, and how much of it I can actually carry with me to build something substantial. All of those questions are still unanswered for me in my head. I have I know it's going to happen. I just want to figure out. I just want to be a little more sure about the things that I'm thinking about. But this is something I have wanted for the longest time, and I want it more every single day. And I think about New York, and I think about everything I have here and everything that is happening right now that is leading up to New York, and it's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen. I just want to say how, right?
Yeah.
It's after certain situations and after certain accomplishments. I'm not a guy who celebrates a lot of small accomplishments, but for example, the show that I recently did, the Bendi Experience in November, that was one insane journey. For months before that show, I felt like I was losing purpose. I felt like all my dreams were just fizzling out, and I wasn't in a good place. And I was losing things. I was losing a lot of ideas, and a lot of my relationship with myself was weakening. And I wasn't enjoying at all. And for just somehow, with the help of a couple of friends, and just I think me being strong in certain moments, and also things being in my favor for a couple of days in all of that madness, gave me enough strength to put together one show. And I called it the Bendi Experience because I wanted to feel like I did it if I did it. And what I wanted to do was sell 100 tickets. It wasn't a big thing, but it was a big thing for me. And I was surprised that 150 people just showed up and everybody believed in me. It was the best show of my life so far, and so many people just felt like they believed in me for being there and for singing my songs, for letting me do exactly what I want to do, and not, they didn't come there and ask, hey Bendi, wo ga bro, ye ga bro. Nahi, main jo gaata hu wahi sunna. It was like that. And they knew, arey inhe jo gaata main wahi sunta hu. It's like that. So I was like, wow, that's amazing. And all my friends from school were there, my college friends, like there's so many.
Your dad was there too, right?
My dad was there. My mom couldn't make it. She was my sister and my sort. But yeah, so much. And then, at the end of the day, what happened? I don't know if I didn't tell a lot of people about this, but basically I got off stage. It's the happiest day of my life. But I had a blank expression. I don't know how I was feeling. I did all the pictures, the selfies, the compliments. Everybody was so kind. I took all that kindness in. I didn't know what to do with it, but I wasn't feeling very proud, or I wasn't feeling very accomplished also. But I just did something that I really needed to do, and I did it. I should be so happy, but I wasn't able to enjoy it. For some reason, it was something inside me was not letting me do that. And then I just knew I had to get out of there. And a couple of friends and I, we just went out and we were just having dinner. There was just one moment, nothing triggered it. Everything just came out of me, like I broke down, like a lot. Never cried in front of people like that. And I didn't know why that was happening. It could have been the energy and all of that is what I thought. But then now I reflect back and I look at it and it's just all that built up self-doubt, the all of the regret, the guilt of not doing something or doing something wrong, or just so many things that have built up until that show, that moment came out because I was able to express myself on that day like I did through my music on stage.
Right.
And after that, every single day has been feeling like a win, and every single day has been feeling like, oh my God, this is possible now. And this is not overconfidence. Like you said, I'm telling the story because you mentioned overconfidence and belief and the thin line between it. But I don't, yes, people can think whatever they want to, but I know for a fact this is not overconfidence. Yeah. I finally believe that New York is possible. I finally believe that when I go to New York, I'm going to accomplish something. I finally believe that when I put out music, even if it reaches only 20 people, those 20 people are really going to like it. And I feel so different about being me after accomplishing that one thing. And I don't want it to stop. I want the next thing. I want the next thing. And that I feel like is such a blessing to me. And it's amazing that you have found that through UK. And now I'm going to find that through New York. Like, I just know.
I feel it's also very interesting, and in that way that we're similar, is that ni New York aina kakapena or na UK aina kakapena, that will not affect our work. That is not going to affect this belief and confidence. If I don't get the chance to go to UK or anything like that, I know that it's for the better of us. That's not something that is going to disappoint us.
Yeah, because we didn't create just opportunities, we've created a mindset.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, this whole episode is like, oh my God, we just are killing it.
But we're not. We have nothing figured out.
Yeah,
also.
we have nothing figured out. I don't wake up happy. I don't sleep without stress. Every single day. I am accomplishing 5 things today, but I'm worried about the 3 things I didn't accomplish today that I have to do tomorrow. Every single day. I am stressed. I am not happy. I still have self-doubt. I'm looking at people and feeling insecure every single day. I am all of those things that all of us are. But at the same time, I figured one thing out is that I just believe in myself a little more today. Or let's say a little more after the Bendi experience on November 27th than I did before that. And there's going to be something that's going to beat that experience. There's going to be something that's going to beat that. And for you, it's going to be the same. You go to UK, you're going to figure something out, good or bad. You're going to figure it out. And you're going to come back, or you're going to stay there, and you're going to just have moments after moments that are going to make you realize more and more and more and more. And then we are just going to enjoy our 20s and also face all the things that we have to in our 20s to keep growing.
To reach our full destiny.
Right? Like the pluses and minuses are going to happen and we are so ready for it.
I guess that's so beautiful. We're not just excited, but we're also ready and we know we'll take it.
Yeah.
Right? We're just so excited and curious.
Yeah, because you were talking about like death and losing people and even friendships, for example. And I never really open up about those things online. I never, even in front of friends, I don't really talk about all these things. I'm a very, like, I keep all of that to myself. I literally don't share it with a lot of people. A couple of people here and there. And that too only when I feel like I need to. But when you were talking about all those things, every time I'm realizing how much of that you have already faced that I haven't really done. Like, I haven't seen a lot of death. I've lost friends, but not... It hasn't been like lowest point of my life because I lost a friend. I haven't had that. For whatever reason. And all of those might happen to me later, right? Of course, they're bound to happen in a lifetime. So it's going to happen to me. And I will probably come to you and I'll be like, dude, you did this. I'm going through this now. What do I do? And then somebody who has not found... the mindset that we have with belief or with things that we are doing might come to us or might be listening to this and be like, oh God, these guys have done something where they've figured that thing out. They still don't have all these things figured, but they have figured that one thing. Now maybe I can figure it out too. It's that collective responsibility that we just share, man. It's amazing to me.
Also, I believe that not every person needs to go... See, you also are in a phase where you exactly need to be, right? And the incidents that happen in your life led to that.
Yeah.
Maybe the incidents that happened in your life, if they were happened in my life, I wouldn't have the same... I wouldn't react to it. So for me to have this and who I am... my dad's death or my granddad's death or the relationship with my mother I share, the relationship with my grandmother, my sister, all of this is making me who I am. So like, I feel that's important and everybody should acknowledge and in fact be grateful for the lives they have, because I feel God knows exactly what needs to be given and at what amount needs to be given for you to fulfill your full destiny, because I know He's capable. I mean, I know that He knows what we are capable
of. It's all a catalyst, right?
Yeah.
And then you're the main character and you just figure it out. But yeah, every single incident, every single decision, every single energy that is thrown on you is is basically, it's okay. It's basically an opportunity for us to move to the next phase, you know?
Yeah.
And there are so many things that I'm not looking forward to. There's so many things. Like, let's talk about, like, I really want to talk. I mean, yeah, these are all things that we figured out. Great. But like,
Yeah, let's talk about
aren't you,
things we are not
aren't
ready
you scared
for.
about going to UK?
I am, dude. Honestly, I have never been away from my family. I have, but that was out of anger. But now that I have share such a special bond with them, I don't know how will I go and stay in a totally different country without all these people around, dude. I mean, you will
I
not
know.
be there.
I know, exactly. I have,
Just
I mean, yours is right now. I have some time to figure this out, but I'm pretty sure I won't. I go to, forget New York, anywhere I go, for example, what am I going to do without this room?
exactly.
Without this room, this room is my life. I come here every single day of my life to accomplish something or
Shout
just
out to
cry.
Bendi's room, guys. This is his studio. A beautiful setup. Loving
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I'm really proud of this space and my friends in Hyderabad, my network in India. I'm letting go of all of that when I go outside, right? And
It's zero.
yeah,
You
and
have to,
scary, dude.
start
And no
from
matter
zero
how
again.
much belief we have figured out, it's going to scare us forever, because at the end of the day, guys, there are so many things that we do and so many things that we see when we take big decisions like that like this one, that make us feel so small. Like, in the grand scale of things, you are a speck of dust, like you're smaller than that. You are the smallest unit of the universe sometimes.
But isn't it surprising of how much power we hold being that small?
Exactly, right? Oh my god, this can go anywhere. And for that, the fear drives gratefulness, and the gratefulness drives pride, and the pride drives failure, and the failure drives learning, and the learning drives
It's a cycle.
fear. And it's, oh my god, it's amazing. It's amazing that we are in a stage, all of us, not just creators, not just our kind of people, but like everybody at every stage, at every class, at every age. We're all in a cycle, some sort of cycle, where different factors are affecting how we are thinking and how we are moving ahead. But aren't we all always thinking about moving ahead and not backwards?
Right.
Right?
I'm just very, as a person, I'm very scared to stay in the same place. I don't know why.
Exactly.
I mean, I have a couple of friends, but I'm always, I don't know, dude. I just have to do something.
Correct. And that's exactly why I do so much, Jane. Coming back to the first question that you've asked me, I do so much. And I know it's a lot for me, dude. It is a lot for me. I don't know why I'm producing this podcast. I'm a musician. I'm super honest with you, dude. I'll tell you why. I love it. That's all it takes for me. I don't want to think about why else.
Right.
Why should I have a reason more than that? I love working with creators.
You are also someone who loves getting out of their comfort zone.
I'm all about that.
Dude, how
Challenge me, please. Like I when I go, like, different stages I play at. Every city is different. Every audience is different. There are shows where I have to play certain types of music. That is also different. But I love when I get a challenge. That is the only way I grow. That's really important.
I guess, I don't know who told this, but they were like, never say no to an opportunity. Say yes and then figure out how to do it.
Yeah. Wow. Who said that? That's exactly what I do. You know what? I've said yes to so many things sometimes that I don't know how to do at all.
Same. Like when I got my first acting gig, I was like,
and sometimes I even got paid for it, and I'm like, shit, dude. If I don't deliver now, I'm like, it'll be so embarrassing. But somehow, always, it has not been perfect always. But I have figured out, dude. I've figured out somehow. I've delayed. I've done all those things, but I'm like, no. I'm doing it. And that is the reason why I can make a vlog today. At the same time, I can produce a music video. I can produce one podcast, and also I can be a guest on a podcast. It's like
you don't have a label. Do you believe in having a label?
That's something I struggle with, honestly, because
honestly
for
don't
work,
wanna have a
for
label.
work purposes, or like for a show or for like an interview or something, people will ask you what you are, and I never know what I actually am. Like even an Instagram bio, when I say musician, that's too limiting. But at the same time, how many things can I say? I don't, because that is again bragging, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to brag, but not to an extent that it is an obvious brag. Like I want to do it in a way that it is sensitive. People know that I do all these things, but I don't want to be like, I'm the only person who could do all of this, because I know I'm not. There is somebody that I'm looking up to that can do all this plus 10 more things, and I'm like, man, I want to be like you. And everybody's looking at, like, I look up to Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran will look up to somebody else. Everybody's looking up to somebody else. So like, you can't stop, but at the same time, stop somewhere, right? So it's a very contextual thing, man. But I'm glad we tapped into all of these things.
Yep.
I'm glad that we, have what do you say?
You don't have a mug for the coffee plug.
Oh yeah, I don't have a mug, but I have Red Bull. Wings for life. This is a
Oh
dude.
my god, I've just
I don't do like coffee and all. Red Bull only, dude. Red
guys,
Bull.
I forgot coffee for Benny's episode. Sorry. And I'm having my
It's fine. Yeah. No, I don't know, I just got used to Red Bull so much now, and Red Bull's been my fam.
not good at
So
lemon
long.
together.
Yeah, dude. I think the first time I met you was also the day Red Bull started supporting me for the first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember when we were at a cafe, we met this guy from Red Bull, and you were like, this guy's
Yes, that also happened.
Yeah.
Correct. Oh my god. But we've known each other for a while.
And it's so I feel what connects us is the madness of just doing everything,
Yeah.
getting out of our comfort zones, and like not just this conversation.
I'll tell you
guys,
what the
like
word is for it. It's ambition. I feel like you're very ambitious, and I don't know a lot of ambitious people in our city. People tend to limit themselves a lot. They're very capable, and they'll get there. They'll all be very successful. I'm 100% sure, but not in the way that I would like. I like to see them, right? Because everybody belongs there. They'll probably find like in a middle ground, and they'll be really happy with it because that's their standard of okay, fine. But then my ambition is for everybody to be on. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about in terms of mindset, in terms of the way they live, in terms of the impact that they have on people and on the society and in the world. Generally, I want everybody to have the highest possible version of that for themselves. But some people just limit themselves, and that's how they think. It's fine. But then you're one of the people that I really think that you want to do like one greater purpose thing. Yeah, it's really nice that. The boys are here for the next episode. The next episode guests are here, so we should probably wrap up.
But I really want to talk about another thing.
Yes,
but
please.
Continue.
No, I forgot my flow. It's fine. Go for it. What did you want to talk about?
I actually have you seen Ye Jawani Hai Diwani?
Not really.
Since we are talking about ambition, there's this movie, Ye Jawani Hai Diwani.
I know the plot of the
so
film,
there's this scene, okay, where basically the son just leaves his father.
So many people are going to come at me for saying not really. Shit.
Guys,
oh my god.
The greatest
all
movie
the people
ever
who,
made.
all the Deepika Padukone and Ranbir Kapoor.
Oh my god, don't. Okay. So there's this, the plot of the movie is basically this guy just is so ambitious. He wants to do something.
Yeah.
And he leaves his father. He just goes to like mountains, trekking. He's into journalism. He keeps recording travel shows and everything. He's living the life, okay. His father basically passes away when he gets to know 10 days or like a week after his father passing away. And then he's very, of course, he's sad about it. And then he comes back home after a long period of time. And he just has this breakdown, okay? He's like, dude, he's just looking at the picture of his father. And his mom is like, you are one of the people your father loved the most because you know what, you hold that power to basically sacrifice things and for your dreams. And not many people can do that. There are things that you need to sacrifice. First, you need to get something.
I was literally talking about this to you in the morning when you entered. I was like, dude, I'm spending such less time with my parents.
Right. I mean, now I will
Because-
have to sacrifice like not spending time with my sisters or whatever. I will
Yeah.
maybe not have a stronger bond that I could possibly have if I was here. But that I am somebody who's okay with it. And not everybody has the power to tell okay to such things. And it's not their fault. It's just who they are.
Yeah.
But we hold it. I feel both of us, we're like, it's okay. I want that.
And yeah,
And we don't even know what that is.
we don't
Isn't
know
that
what that
crazy?
is. It's the craziest
We don't know
thing.
what we want, but we're like willing to sacrifice so
So
much
much for
already
it.
for that.
Yeah. Why do you think that happens?
We're just ambitious. We're just built like.
What if it doesn't work out? Do you have an example of something? We are young enough
You
to
know
be.
what? I don't think we will let not working it happen.
Yes, all of these things there. Correct. You're right. We will figure it out. We are not the kind of people who will not figure it out. But then we are young, dude. So much is yet to happen.
And you never
And
know
there
if
are
you will be in
events.
this mindset maybe like after 2 years. You never know if you really
There are
want
events that can take place that can
Yeah,
change
just
or
change you as a
change
person.
everything, and we might have to just sit here for the rest of our lives because of a responsibility or because of a shortcoming in us or because of a limitation with our backgrounds or especially from our country. We have our country is a little tricky also in with things like this, especially for people like us who are trying out unconventional careers and stuff like that, which I don't think is unconventional. I hate that word, but I have to say it because that's
Our next conversation
That's
is going to be
what-
about unconventional careers. and
that's what
decisions.
so many
Okay.
people call it. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I'm pessimistic, and but I just want to consider the fact that is also possible.
Mm.
And I love that we are so ambitious and we know that like there's so much to do and that we will figure it out.
We are not. I don't think.
And I
it's
love
being,
and I love that our definition of success is not the general definition of success.
It's not like houses and
yeah.
cars and everything.
It's not. I don't like, for example, I want money for sure. Like I am that guy. I will tell people that I want money, but I don't want it for the wrong reasons, and I know
and it's
it
not
really, really
everything
well.
also.
Yeah, and I don't want like I don't want unreasonable amounts of money. I want enough money to make my career better, my life better, my dreams come true. I want to buy more equipment. I want to produce more podcasts. For those kind of things, I need money to do. It's just that it's unfortunate how much these things cost. But yeah, like I feel like it's amazing where we are, and at the same time, I want people to consider the fact that despite all this, you might find us 2 years later just sitting here talking about how things didn't work
And
out.
that's just being
And
real, guys. It's not being
it's not
negative.
that. Yeah,
it's just
not.
being real. It is a great possibility that we can just be at
Correct.
Mayuri Mark, recording another season 3rd of Stay Sane Vijay, but that's okay, right? We know
But you know
that
what?
we will be doing something.
But you know what I really want? I want us to record season 3 of Stay Sane Vijay again here. But I have all the equipment that I want right now.
And
that by
so
that
much
time,
more experience, dude,
and
like
all of that,
stories
and
to share.
you're like a UK return, and I'm like one New York return, and we're just killing it. And all our friends are also coming back in
my
with like
God.
accomplishments. That's the thing that we really want,
That'll
and
happen.
I want that for everybody, even the viewers of this podcast. I don't know you. But and probably like a lot of your audience doesn't know me also, but figure it out, guys. There's so much, like I feel like this conversation is just about giving you all a lot of hope and a lot of like positive vibes,
But I
more than
guess
anything.
for everyone listening, it also takes a lot of work. Like you need to know who you are. You need to
Yeah.
have a lot of self-awareness. Sit down and be like, okay, what do I like doing? How can I make it happen? Why don't I like this? I guess more than just having hopes and dreams is also very important to sit down, be real, look at your resources. What can I make it? What can I make next?
Yeah.
What would be my next step?
For me,
it's not just dreaming
yeah.
big and be like, I'll just manifest this. You can't. You have to also work.
Yeah, the time that you put into your craft, your interests,
Yeah.
and it's, so many people haven't figured it out. This is another conversation altogether. So many people haven't figured it out. They don't, like, they're 21 and don't know what to do with their lives, and they get so stressed about it, and they feel like they're so undervalued because of that, and that they're not worth anything and all of that stuff, which is so wrong. Because I just feel like if you spend 6 months of your life in the right mindset with the right people, Please surround yourself.
People are important.
Surround yourself with like-minded
Dude,
people.
I think this conversation is going way too long.
It'll go,
like,
but like we'll continue this on my SoundCloud. Check it out. Are you okay with that? I just like made that up. I probably will. Yeah,
no problem.
we'll continue this. Like we can always like, even if you're in UK, we can always do an online thing. But okay, so yeah, like there's so many things to figure out. But basically, just spend your time, figure out your things, spend time with the right people. And basically our whole conversation, we didn't have like a itla matladam. We just wanted to talk. We just wanted to give you a lot of positive vibes. We hope you got it. And we hope you figure it out, whatever it is. We love if people figure things out. And I would love to, like we both would love to listen to your stories and sort of
comment. Oh, now that this is going on YouTube,
comment your dreams below, and then season 3 we'll do another episode, and then we'll talk about how much of this actually came true, and then we'll figure this out. Wow.
Yep.
Awesome.
On that note, for everyone who's figuring it out, I hope you do, and I know you will somehow. Just would take some work, and I know that you guys would do that work too. Thank you so much, Bendi, for making this happen, for making Stay Sane with Jane happen, giving,
I'm so glad,
lending me a studio for some days, and just being super amazing to talk to.
Thank you so much. Always a great time. And shout out to Darhas on the cameras. He's just been killing it. Are we good with the storage and batteries and everything? Awesome. Cool.
Okay, I have something for you from Charlie.
The thing is, this is not a surprise to me because I've seen this with every other episode, and I know that it's happening. Like,
Bendi has been recording.
But also, friends from Charlie are my friends too.
Pothuri and Shri, shout out to them. Thank you so much for being the gifting partner.
I want the brownies. I really want the brownies. Thank you so much, guys.
Guys, check them out. They
it's amazing.
Have vegan options as well.
Also, really good packaging and everything.
And
good stuff. Oh yeah. I was the one who came up with the idea of everybody reading it out, so I'm also going to do it. But I don't know what's written in this. Let's see. Dear Sidharth, Dear Sidharth, never calls me that. Okay. I'm so glad I got to know you more this year. Looking at you talk about your dreams and things you love inspires me every time. I'm sure it'll inspire everybody who listened to this episode. Thank you for not just being a guest, but also making Stay Sane with Jane Season 2 happen. Wouldn't have been possible without you. I wish you all the happiness in the world, Bendi, because you deserve it. Thank you so much, Jane. It's been awesome. Thank you so much. Killed it. Good luck with the next episode.
Yeah, good luck to you.
I'm gonna go back behind the cameras and I'm
record our next episode.
Yeah. But thank you. This is, I mean, I have learned a lot also from this process. So I'm grateful for that, and I'm really excited for what you have coming. And I can't wait to see you grow more and more every year from now.
On that note, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you've stayed for so long and heard all of this, thank you so much. Stay tuned for more episodes. Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
Happy?
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. This went killer.
The boys are here for the next episode. The next episode guests are here, so we should probably wrap up.